vision could be a big thing. They're going to take the snap. I'm a fan of this.
What's the answer to this first phase Batrider, though? It seems like all these
there's
heroes...
a lot of good heroes left in the pool. There's Pango, there is Puck available, Queen of Pain as well. Yep. 3 of the better heroes, I would say. Also, if they want to play Slark, I think Slark's the 4th one, at least in my book, that works well against Bat on the mid lane.
You have to pick it here, though, right? If you're going to get Slark, you have to pick it right now. And they'll go for the Puck instead. So, wanting this elusive hero. Dude, this Silence actually looks even better now. Playing versus Snapfire and Puck, too. Like, this Global could actually be pretty potent when they get the initiations on EG.
Which, again, maybe has me wanting them to flex to a higher role than 5, because if the hero's that important, getting some farm on it would be pretty nice to make sure he stays alive and fights.
Yeah.
And also, for what it's worth, you mentioned a handful of mid laners that would go against Bat, and they do pick the Puck.
Back it up, boys.
What's the win rate now? So it's 1 out of 11.
I had some faith, at least in the last one, because it's versus like the Enigma and
but that
stuff
was just
like
in the lane,
But they had to end the game. Yeah, exactly. They had to end the game earlier. They couldn't like stall it out. Aster played really clean, waiting for their BKB timings and stuff, especially on Enigma. This is interesting. But this one, it's more than likely that mid, right? They wanted something probably versus the Puck.
Okay. And then off-lane Batrider then?
It's what it's looking like. I mean, Whisper does love to play it.
Yeah.
Do you want to ban CK here, since you're playing into Beastmaster, Pakaz, yeah, also against Treant Protector, so having that dispel. Sounds good. I think they lack some tower damage at the moment. If this Kunkka's, I mean, it doesn't matter where Kunkka goes. So Kunkka, Batrider, these 2 heroes, they don't deal any tower damage, neither does both supports inside of EG.
Nature's Prophet.
I was about to say NP. I think that could be an option for them. There's a good amount of ways to get on top of him, though, with like the Puck and stuff like that. And if the Snapfire's able to farm like an Aghanim's, like we saw Matthew do both games, but probably one of the best range carries that is left.
Yeah, both teams looking for one position.
Instant
Slark.
That's why, I mean, they probably have something else that they're thinking about for the matchup, but you have to pick it on that pick there instead of the Puck if you're going to want it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they kind of now can confirm that Batrider's offlane at least, so you can start
looks like it.
Picking for your safe lane. And Monet, he's got the Morphling still. We see Naga Siren sometimes against the Batrider.
Naga looks pretty good. I think they'll probably ban it, because they definitely don't have the tools to be able to deal with the Naga once it gets to the later stage. They'll be like, yep, we need to end the game fast again, and we have a Kunkka, so we have no real push.
And now I'm wondering if it's just a game of chicken between these 2 teams picking Nature's Prophet.
Yeah. NP, I would say, for the side of Aster, could run into some difficulties. I don't really think that they should go for that versus Bat and Clockwork. Could be a total nightmare. So
they ban out the CK.
Yeah, they banned the Void.
They banned the Void.
I wanted to see Void.
I know, you wanted to see it for 3 games.
3 games.
I mean, this time makes more sense, obviously, right, versus the Bat and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but Naga's in the pool if they do want to go down that route now.
What about some Troll? Their damage is very limited when it comes down to how they can burst him. Troll with 3 items, I don't think is going to be killable, at least with these 4 heroes. There's still 1 hero to be picked, but it's very difficult with the living armor.
How's your lane against
I'm scared
that,
about
though?
lane. That's what I'm thinking. They'll just go with range carry, so they'll pick that sniper.
Ooh, a Clockwork can kind of make Sniper's life very unpleasant, though.
This is for the lane, though, right? They're wanting something that can keep the distance versus Batrider. But Sniper, I mean, he has to get boots extremely early.
Yep.
That's probably your first item you buy when you bring your courier, you know, your Wraithband, whatever, and then you bring your boots immediately. Otherwise, you will likely just get ran down. And now maybe they do push that silencer back to 5 and they run the 4 Clockwork, right? Because now it's like even better as a Clockwork.
It's a strong lane. Clockwork plus Batrider, you trap them inside the cogs. Trent will need to be very careful in this lane. Like one slip up, especially when they hit level 3. This is the big power spike for Clockwork. They might be able to get a return kill in this one with Shrapnel, but this is the type of trades that Evil Geniuses would love to make. And maybe like Batrider, I've seen Whisper one game on a Batrider where he completely popped off. At least the one that I was casting, I'm pretty sure he popped off on most of his Batrider games, because Whisper has been amazing so far throughout this tournament. Like even the last 2 years, been so consistent.
Yeah.
Now it just seems like Aster's daring EG. Do you want to get that Nature's Prophet?
What else is even left? What Pakaz heroes are left even? I mean, man plays like everything.
He randomly played a Doom, which I think would be interesting. He's played Lone Druid. Ursa's still available.
No, Ursa is gone.
Oh, Ursa's gone.
They covered their Beastmaster. They have to ban Ursa and dying.
What about some good old Phantom Assassin? Last game of BO3. You would want to have something that could close the gap, right? Something that can get on top of Sniper as well. You do have Clockwork, you do have Bat, but I feel like carry-to-carry matchup, a lot of these heroes, like the Pike Force Staff is very valuable, and I feel like Phantom Assassin, Faceless Void, these type of heroes don't struggle against Force Staffs in general.
I can see it. The only worry I have is like early game, there's tons of damage, like Snapfire and Puck can just kill you very, very easy early on. But even versus lane versus Beastmaster, you are good. I like that suggestion.
You know who else likes jumping? It was Marcy. They played it in game 1.
True. Don't have a snap this time to send you in, but...
That's true.
Let's see, because he doesn't, I don't know, maybe he doesn't like it though. He looks to be questioning.
Yeah, the cam's
He's
on
like,
him.
What if
I could go here?
Guys, trust me. 15 seconds left.
Whoa, man, they are going so outside the box, EG. He's like, no, I do not want to play normal hero. Give me a Kunkka, give me a Marcy, give me a Sven.
I don't like Sven. I gotta be honest. Into Sniper, into Beastmaster, or you have two of the worst BKB piercing abilities for Sven to play into, I would say. You're not Manta buyer, so later on your BKB comes down to 6 seconds, you get rooted, you get roared, the whole duration is gone.
I'm worried for it.
I'm really worried for it, especially because they have this low win rate hero coming up from the mid lane.
Stop hating on Kunkka. Stop bullying Kunkka.
He's been bullying Kunkka all tournament. But I mean, it's
rightfully so.
It's not doing so hot.
It's a difficult game. Like, he is gonna struggle killing these heroes. Post BKB, like post global silence, I think they're gonna run into damage issues. They need to be able to like delete 1-2 heroes immediately and then take a fight. But still, in terms of scaling, previous game they didn't have anything that goes through magic immunity for Enigma. I feel like they're gonna run into same issue here where like Sven's just gonna be controlled and not being able to deal damage.
Yeah, they have to, like, their initiations have to be super clean. They have to be like, if they mess up like a couple of these globals, a couple of these Bat Rider lassos with the jumps getting on Sniper with Sven and stuff like that, yeah, I could see this one being a rough one. And breaking high ground, not the easiest at all. They don't really have much push if they're even able to get there. They're playing versus Treant Protector. A lot of concerns.
All right. Evil Geniuses, a ride or dying with Sven. And if anyone can do it, it's got to be Pakaz, but the pressure is on. It's time for game number 3. Oppo and Jenkins, take it away.
They are ride or dying, Jenkins, but are they crying? Are they war crying specifically? We're going to find out this game because this Sven pick was a curveball to not just the panel, but us as well.
We threw out about 20 different carries
none
that
of
he
them
could
were Sven.
possibly pick, and none of them were Sven.
Yeah.
We were talking about maybe like the Spectre, but it's weak in lane.
We like that Spectre pick. That Spectre seems nice.
I mean, I do like the Sven better in lane against the Beastmaster. Like, I think you're going to do perfectly fine against a Boar build, against the Axis build. I do think EG really lacked a stun. Like a hard stun. They've got Bat Rider, they've got Clockwork, but these abilities are a little weird. It's not like a point and click stun, right? So it gives them a hero that can like start the fights for them.
What was your argument again in favor of the Sven?
That I think the other 4 EG heroes are pretty good at like 4-manning and doing stuff and making space for a Sven to get fat and farm ancients. But you know, Sniper late game, he does kite a Sven pretty damn hard. The one thing that EG has going for them with regards to that, though, is they have Whisper Bat Rider versus a Sniper. This is one of the highest winner heroes in the game versus Sniper because Sniper doesn't like to get jumped. Bat Rider loves to jump back lines.
See Smile, you crazy man. He knows that there's people in the high ground, but he doesn't care. We also have the tidal wave eventually from the Kunkka. So you actually have a couple of good options.
Yeah, that's true for repositioning the old Sniper.
I agree with the point of the 4-man because it feels, if you pick a Kunkka mid and you don't 4-man with his hero, the pick feels like a wasted pick because his late game impact is really lackluster these days.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely felt in the draft that EG needed kind of like a hypercore, at least in terms of damage. Okay, let's see what EG's doing here. Are they going to kill the first wave? They're going to kill the range creep.
So they push into the tower. That's the tactic?
Yes.
Okay. They give all the experience to Whisper as well.
Yeah. Did they?
Oh, no, they messed up.
But in any case, this pushes the wave into the tower, which secures them a really good first couple of creep waves. And, you know, Bat Rider's really awful level 1. So this also sets up Matthew for a good creep cut here.
Also, Sniper sucks at glassing under tower because you essentially depend on headshot.
Yeah.
Actually proccing, or when you want it to.
Right. And I mean, he's a pretty squishy hero, too. Like Drow Sniper, they don't like to... It's a lot easier to last it under tower as a melee hero. You take way less damage.
Because usually you want to do the one hit before and then one hit after, right? But if the first hit
On
procs
sniper,
headshot,
yes.
or the
And-
second it doesn't.
And you're correct. He did go headshot first, so that is a problem for him.
Yeah.
As mid lane, the mid lane should be favored. Matthew tried to go for. He can't help himself. He had to go for the courier.
He sees it. He's like, I'm not Ricky.
Yeah.
I'm not Ricky. He's gone to therapy for this, actually.
Yeah, it's not working. It really is not working.
Or I saw him punching a plushie, and I was wondering what was happening to him. It's just ingrained in him at this point.
He thought it was a courier. Yeah, resembles an animal, so he's gonna hit it.
We had to take all the donkeys away from the arena. We had a whole show prepared with donkeys.
Right. That's yeah, not with Matthew here.
Nope.
Maybe if he gets eliminated, you can bring the donkey show back in.
Finally, man.
Yeah.
We worked so hard on that.
They're winning too much, but yep. Let's see.
What do you think of the top lane, though?
I mean, Pakaz should farm pretty nicely up here. And the nice thing about Sven versus Beast is that there's this window where Sven is going to be like level 4, level 5. Beastmaster is going to be a little bit under-leveled. You can leave the Sven to solo against the Beast and just shove out the lane. And then eventually, the mid-rotations possibly come in, Beast gets Roar, and then Sven has to go jungle. But he's perfectly fine jungling, right? He's happy to do that. So I think it's a good matchup for EG up here.
You do go Axis in this lane, though, right? For sure.
Yeah, he has axes. I think in general in this patch, there's a lot more axe builds that are happening because you just farm, right? It's like you're guaranteed to farm, whereas if you go the boar build, you have to pressure them to farm. But with the axe build, you can just farm while they're farming. You don't have to pressure them at all. And a lot of the time you do actually end up pressuring them anyway because it's a nuke. You just spam nukes on them and they're low HP, so they have to back off.
Talking about the last lane that we missed, which is the mid lane, Kunkka versus Puck. This is a classic matchup. Do you still do the double bracers thing on the Kunkka and just tank all of Puck's spells? That's the tactic?
I think so. I mean, this is supposed to favor Puck, but...
Really? I thought it was always...
Sorry, Kunkka.
Oh, right,
but,
okay.
But
yeah.
XWY is doing quite well. We will see if that trajectory continues. I have heard a lot of people complain about Puck that you're so good at securing these water runes that there's not really much that counters the hero because you just shove the wave out and then go and get a rune, and you just constantly do that. By the way, huge stacks coming out here from...
Yeah.
that is on the Radiant side, so...
And thanks
Aster.
to this, Panda has scouted this.
Yep.
So Panda might die to scout this.
Yeah, that boar's being a little annoying.
Do we have Nature's Grasp on Pichu?
He does.
He does.
But both heroes are quite slow.
Yes, now Leech Seed. And the Beastmaster's coming in with a boar, just leaving the boar to do the job. The slow, pew!
Pichu has Orb of Venom, so this should be a kill.
This should be a kill. One more punch. Panda uses the magic stick. Arcane Curse for the slow. Has the fairy fire.
Nice, because
Panda's not dying today. He's learned.
Yep,
Life is something sweet, and you hold on to it.
Pichu had to back off there because Pakaz was heading over to protect his position 5. Just good carry gameplay.
Bottom is where they actually want the first blood, but Moka has a lot of stacks on him. And the first blood's going to go to Whisper Bat Rider. Who would have guessed that?
Oh, Monet. They're actually going to die.
Two. Are they
No,
going to die?
TP.
No, there's a TP. That's good, that's good. Matthew has the fairy fire. He's going to die regardless. They got a little bit overzealous there. But first blood still going to Whisper. Pretty big win for them.
I don't know how Whisper always does it with this hero. I feel like Bat
He's
Rider.
so good.
He's such a weak laner. Even the other teams that pick Bat Rider, they don't win the lane and then they go farm Ancient Stacks. Somehow Whisper always seems to be able to get kills. Like, he really just knows his thresholds with this hero. He knows when he needs to go boots first versus like a Null Talisman. And it results in him getting a lot of kills where other people don't get them.
It's because Whisper hates losing. So I've never seen such a crybaby when he loses, okay? Even in Overthrow, he'll cry when he loses, right?
I can attest to that.
Yeah, but he doesn't blame others. What he does is he blames himself. He thinks, I am the worst player in the world. Let me learn how to play better. And this is like when Quinn talked about the fact that he learned how to play the mid lane in the Snare interview, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about the fact that he just really, really optimized those first 2 to 3 minutes.
Yep.
Whisper has done the same thing with Bat.
For sure. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, people started talking about and focusing on the first creep wave a lot more. And we're even seeing it now, like killing the range creep behind the tower. So that way it's not a concern. You don't get that creep denied on the first wave. It's really important because it sets you up to have, your Wraith Band a little bit earlier, which lets you pressure a little bit earlier, which makes you push somebody off a creep wave. Yada yada, this continues onward, and all of a sudden you have this massive gold lead at 10 minutes and an extra item because of this one thing that happened right at the start of the game.
It's true, and this is the start of the game that you practice the most, right? Practicing late game in competitive setting, kind of difficult.
It's very difficult.
But practicing early game, it's the same every time.
I mean, the great thing about practicing early game is you don't need an enemy team to do it. You can just lane practice versus your other dual lane and do it as a team.
Which is why playing against the bots and pubs is fine too.
Yep. People are actually pretty good at laning in pubs. I mean, it depends on what region you're playing. I think for a while there, like NASA was the best region at laning, but now...
Except for China. I think China actually has always had that crowd of like... I've always seen Chinese lanes being incredibly, like, to the dot in terms of how specifically they are.
Maybe a few years ago. Now it's Western Europe.
Okay, yeah,
they're the strongest laners for sure.
I mean, China server is kind of dead as well. They're all playing in C.
Yeah, they're playing that custom game.
And now C. Ooh, C has great laners though.
Do they? I mean, that's the one region I've actually never played in. Is SEA server. Yeah, I played China server.
C has great mid laners. The mid lane is studied to a ridiculous degree.
Yeah, okay, for sure. That's definitely true.
Yeah. I'm not going to comment on it anymore because I think there's some viewers that are from C. Whisper, shrapnel, slow, Orb Venom, hit.
Okay.
Whisper has the Firefly movement speed bonus though. He's going through the trees, ignores Nature's Grasp. Nice cogs from Matthew. That'll secures his
And he pulls the creep wave. That is so goofy.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but that was
definitely on purpose, dude. I mean, it pulls the lane back when you're tri-laning him. It's very important.
That's incredible he did that while he was being ganked.
I mean, worst case, he goes down to the neutral camp as
Bubbleka
Bubbleka walks up the high ground.
He wasn't expecting Panda to rotate here, because that's not a common Panda play. Bubbleka is trying to cookie to the high ground. Matthew knows no. There's no shrapnel charges left to slow them down. There's too many creeps for the cogs. We'll send them back. And Bubbleka's being body blocked to oblivion. He dies. In the mid lane, the Ghost Ship misses. But C-Smile wants to commit with auto attacks, trying to kill a Trim Predator at least. There's a puck helping him out. The Tidebringer will secure this, and he also cleaved onto the puck. XWY has to be careful. There's the tip. There's no more face ship, but he has a waning rift just in time. C-Smile got cocky. He got overzealous.
There's the lasso.
Lasso solo against a sniper. Flamebreak as well. Will he actually get a solo kill with just sticking napalms? Monet, he's helpless. He's going to burn to a crisp.
That is
wholesome tips from teammates.
That is just Whisper Dota, man.
C-Smile? No.
It feels like, honestly, it feels like a blunder from Aster to give him this Batrider and, honestly, a completely free game on it. It's really good against the sniper. As we just saw there, there's so much kill threat at all points in the game with the Batrider versus sniper. Whisper almost has his boots of travel. He's going to have them at like 9 minutes as an off-lane bat with no stacks. He has not taken the stacks, by the way, that are in the dire triangle. So these can be left for somebody else. Pakaz can take those.
Or even C-Smile, right?
No, C-Smile doesn't get them. It's going to be Pakaz. Let's be real.
Okay, fine. Yeah,
He'll demand.
Yeah, well, Pakaz is a very quiet carry, so he just nods at them.
Yeah.
And they understand they have to give it to him.
For C-Smile, that's his side of the map, so he doesn't want to go there.
Oh, he wants to go into the enemy side?
In the enemy side, yeah. That's where he'll take stacks.
Because that is how he increases his team's map?
That's exactly.
Okay. And C-Smile is an expert at playing those heroes as well. The watch me, take your stacks, try to catch me.
That is actually true. Yeah, it is true. A lot of like these spirit-type players, do that gameplay. Quinn as well.
C-Smile will do this on Venomancer, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he will. And Slark. Yeah.
And Slark, yeah. And there we go. Exactly what you talked about. C-Smile loves taking the enemy side of the map. He's played with Hector for so long, he doesn't even recognize his own side anymore.
Right. That's not his farm.
C-Smile silenced. No, he's fighting back. Last word did trigger on the puck. He needs the Ghost Ship. Damagers to help him out, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Even with a Fairy Fire, they'll catch him with the Illusory Orb, and he'll die. Big win for Aster here. Yeah, killing the enemy tempo supporter. Or tempo creator.
But biting off a little more than he can chew, but...
That's the C-Smile play.
Speaking of Chew, Pichu is getting gone on the bot lane. He was trying to get to that bottom tower so he could set up a defense as the, tree and protector. It's a classic, but EG, they were ready for it. They're not going to let him defend the tower. Not that they even want to take it. The heroes are not good at taking towers, but they don't want to let him set up for the defense.
This is also a classic Thunder Awaken play, where they would go to a side of the map to help X person and then say, what can we do here? And then they take advantage of this, which is why their style feels so oppressive.
Yeah. Oh,
okay, you're right. Pakaz is taking
Yeah, okay, so both sides are taking stacks. XXS also on Beastmaster's taking them.
Who's more valuable here?
I mean, there's a couple of ways that you could argue this. The Sven, obviously, he's a lot weaker earlier, so getting more net worth on him feels good, but Beastmaster is obviously going to control the tempo of the game a lot more with the Helm Dom too, and I think Beast takes the stacks slower, so you're probably happy with Aster taking these stacks.
I love the way a stack taking cam.
Yeah, that is next level, I will say.
They were prepared for this one play that nobody does in the current meta.
They keep getting Pichu when he's trying to set up bot.
Yeah, they know. Whisper just flies in, burns him. Trees don't like fire.
Man, it is just so free for him to play Bat this game. Another hero that Bat has an absolutely incredible win rate against is Tree Protector. I think it's number 1 actually. It's so easy to chase him through the trees, and Living Armor doesn't do anything against Bat Rider's damage.
Panda will die to the Mortimer Skisses and lose the orb though. Didn't you say the other hero that Bat had a huge win rate against was Sniper?
Sniper and Tree, and I think it's okay against Beastmaster. Like, since they removed Necros, like, you used to kill yourself on the Necro with the Firefly, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good against Beast. Obviously not so good against Puck. It's very difficult to like get any of Bat's spells on a Puck. But it's also not like Puck dispels Napalm or something like that, right? It's not like an Oracle. And usually the Puck to Bat matchup is like you put the Puck against the Bat mid to survive the lane. That's not how the lanes went this game.
Whisper, they're going on him with this 2-man smoke, but Aster feels like it's not working. The crowd congratulates itself for being biased.
Yep.
Great job, guys. We did it.
Very nice.
We attacked the competitive integrity of the tournament. Great job.
I don't know. Oh, Pichu. Oh, he's in the trees. He's in the trees. Whisper's just going to use the lasso.
He's committing to the Tree Protector. Get rid of this support. Perhaps another kill happening as Boboka gets found. Matthew hookshot him immediately. It's the 2 supports fighting against the enemy support. They even steal his bounty rune. Oh no, adding insult to injury. Boboka dies. Matthew gets a little bit smarter. 6 intelligent. Oh, sorry, Panda gets smarter.
Yeah.
Matthew's already smart enough.
Right, exactly.
Panda needs it.
Yeah. Monet. See Smile, he's there, he's got the haste.
Oh, use the Rocket Flare for vision to set up this combo. And now the X-Master spell will hit him. Do they have cogs? They do. He's stuck inside of them. They won't even push him back. The Sniper's fighting back, but it's not enough damage. He will die. Next
he's silenced on Puck.
He's silenced. There's the last one as well. He's gone. Pichu in the trees. Where are you? This poor man can't tank 3 heroes at once. By the time XXS joins, they do get a kill on a support, and actually 2 supports, both by XXS. Dude, this man cleaned house.
XXS actually has a full Helm of the Overlord.
The stacks, man.
At 13 minutes, Aster is really relying on him to transition this into something good. He's got to have some pretty big impact in the next few fights. I mean, getting a double kill at the end of a disastrous fight for Aster there. Not a bad way to start the game for XXS, but man, EG, they're feeling themselves right now because, like, he's just free farming. He doesn't have to show up to this. His team is already winning the game for him. He could not exist. These are the games he loves to play in, bro. He's always smile. This is the only time I see him smile, is when he doesn't have to do anything.
I mean, any true carry.
Yeah,
that's the goal of any true carry. I don't have to do anything until minute 60. I got my items.
Yeah, it's the dream.
Let's talk to me about Monet, the other carry on Aster here. Can he?
Oh man, I'm not feeling the Sniper this game. I'm really not. I mean, Sven, he's gonna have the Blink Dagger next item. It's another hero that can get on top of him. The Roar has to come out from XXS onto the Sven, but then the Bat Rider, what do you do against Bat? He's gonna lasso you. He's almost got his BKB on Whisper. He's 8-0-0.
The smoke by Aster might actually work out. C-Smile's not aware of this. He is forming a couple of stacks. C-Smile though, a little bit of game sense, realizes the puck is here. It is daytime. Should have seen him in time.
That was quite the torrent, I gotta say.
That was a really good game sense by C-Smile.
And we can't blame the whistling because
they weren't doing it.
They weren't doing it. They were too busy chanting. Wow, that was, once again, Yatoro TI-10 vibes right there.
Yeah, but C-Smile has never been known for doing this.
No, that's not what he normally does.
He normally just dies.
He's the one that dies. Yeah, that's right.
His improvement this major has been considerable as a player.
Yeah, which is surprising because he's not been playing. He's just been trying to feed people food.
Yeah, it's true. Or sitting in on people's conversations, their loved ones.
Yes. Man has no social awareness whatsoever.
No, honestly.
But such a lovable guy anyway.
Very, very kind person. He's trying to make you fat though, Jenkins.
I know, it's working.
And so you match with me.
Right, it makes a lot of sense. Yep.
Smoke from EG now. Sven Kunka Sanser. Pakas has Mask of Madness Blink. No BKB yet though. It's gonna be a trouble for Pakas. If he overcommits, we'll see. Okay, C-Smile already reveals himself.
Yep, naturally. He's got the BKB on C-Smile. He's more than happy to go.
He's baiting.
Yeah.
From behind, I do see Matthew sets down a really deep ward right behind the tower. Sorry, not really deep. A ward right behind the tower.
Deep enough when you're playing against a Treant Protector.
My hyperbole, you know.
Panda's dead.
That's no global silence. They know they can't fight without the global silence.
Yeah, that is important. Puck doesn't want to be global. There's nothing to take off the silence. The Trina ulti is very important, and most importantly, the Mortimer's Kisses. You're always going to cancel that with the Global Silence. But he's only dead for 10 seconds. It really doesn't matter that much.
X marks the spot. Ghost Shift plus Torrent. Catch Boca. There we go. Nice combination to maximize stun time and maximize the time in the Firefly. As they go for the creeps next. Like you said, Jenkins, they're realizing you got to kill these creeps. Perhaps the Beastmaster as well. They flame break him into the cogs. They're trying. Lasso. No. BKB just in the Batman will do the trick. Matthew is dead. Whisper needs to run away before his BKB ends. But it's the first BKB, has plenty of time. Pakas activates the God's Strength, and the tower in the mid lane will fall.
And Whisper still has Lasso. He was able to save it that whole fight because the way Matthew used the cogs there was in such a way that it would bounce XXS on the Beastmaster like out of the tower range almost into his team. So that means that EG, they're still more than happy to take a fight in the next few minutes.
And Aster still hasn't found a moment to just get the one kill, one play, right? They can kill Panda, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's all poking and prodding.
Yep.
No chances of actually initiating. The Puck, we haven't really seen his impact yet.
Yeah, it's
a rarity considering last game for XWY, he popped off on the Ember.
It's his hero too. I mean, he's very good at this hero, but I want to go back to the laning stage. Like, it feels strange in a game of Dota to be playing against a 10-0-0 Batrider at 17 minutes, right? Like, this
is a monster.
This is not normal circumstances to deal with as a mid laner.
And in the back of your mind, you have to consider Pakas is still farming.
Yeah.
See Smiles constantly baiting you.
Right.
It's a lot of mental pressure for what it is the last game in a loser bracket series.
Yeah.
Sorry, lower bracket series.
And I don't feel like it gets that much easier for Aster as the game goes late. It's not like the TB versus the Marcy where you're confident in a carry-to-carry matchup. I think Sven does fairly well against a Sniper if he has this sort of game.
But you did think that Sniper was going to do better in the late game, so there's a point where he takes over, right?
Yeah, there's a point where he is supposed to have a window, but that window doesn't exist if the other carry has more items than you. That closes all of the windows. That's just how Dota works right now.
No, they turned on the air conditioning now.
That's right, the 1 AC. But, like, the Aster needs to take a really clean fight. That's what they need to do. Take a pick off, come back into the game. They can't just take an honest fight right now. That's never going to work. The Philosopher's Stone definitely helps that the Sniper just picked up. One of the supports will actually get to have items this game.
Probably the Snapfire. If they acknowledge Matthew's strength, right, and Boboka is also a Snapfire spammer, they might go for more impactful items.
Honestly, I would probably put it on Pichu just so he can get to like a Blink Lotus maybe.
Okay.
Because Boboka, he's dealing with the Global Silence. I don't know what impact he can have. Okay, he does take it. They're going to try to get him to Greaves, which does help him versus the Global.
I think Ags can be really impactful. You can jump the Silencer with a Beastmaster.
Sure. You don't play as much around the Mortimer's Kiss, and you play around other abilities that can't be Global Silenced.
Yeah, that's what you do, right? You buy Ags on the Beastmaster, you buy Ags on the Snapfire, jump in with the drums,
with the
kill the
drums.
Silencer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if your Beastmaster died because you went for the worst build in the game, so he's not really your core anymore.
Right, exactly. It's so smart. And then Monet will carry with the Sniper in a very horrible matchup.
Oh, the hook shot finds the Puck in the trees. They got the silence as well. Panda, he was listening.
He was. XWY is just trying to desperately cut creep waves and do shenanigans so they can get some sort of farm in this game, but EG, they're reading them like a book. With the Global, in no way of taking it off right now.
Which is interesting because that's exactly what was happening last game for Aster. They were reading all of EG's plays.
Yeah, they were.
These teams are learning from each other.
Yeah, they are. There's a meta progressing within the series.
Those are the best kinds of best of threes.
Silencer obviously very valuable. At least it looks very valuable right now. When it's not played in the off lane, it looks great, I will say.
I mean, they were second pick and they had to force it Silencer on 7th
to counter the potential Enigma
and it looked
come out.
bad in the game.
It did. Full 5-man smoke from EG here. They've got the Blink Dagger on Whisper, so pretty much any hero they want to kill will die.
It's a Blink BKB, Jenkins. They can't stop him.
No, it's scary. There is nothing to stop him right now. No Lotus Orb. No Lincoln Sphere.
Every ultimate is off cooldown except for the Global Silence. Thank you, Layerth. All the BKBs are ready as well. 50 more seconds till that Global. Okay, into the enemy high gun. Could be a little bit dangerous for Pakaz. His second name is Danger. He doesn't care.
Whisper's looking for someone else. They don't want to.
They're committing. They got a much more important target. It's not support, it's the core. It's the Beastmaster right now, sending him back into the ghost ship. Whisper has played with Chris Luck for so long. They know each other.
He knows he's going to miss, so he knocks it back.
Exactly.
He could have lassoed into it. He just wanted to go for the more flashy play. I think he was maybe going to try to lasso him with a high ground there. I like the Picaz
Chris
first.
laughs when he does that.
Yeah?
He goes, hey man, what if you knock him in? And then he laughs, and then Whisper knows what to do.
I like that Picaz jumped in first there, by the way, because they know the Treant is not a very important kill, or at least it's not worth a lot. So they just send the Sven in first, burst the Treant Protector, and then use the Batrider Blink Dagger timing that, of course, Aster, maybe they could have surmised it was coming out, but they didn't see it yet. So they wanted to use that timing for a more important kill. And I mean, XXS, he's the most farmed core on Aster. There is no better hero to grab right now than him.
The overgrowth on the Treant Protector does end up mattering a lot in these team fights, though, which means that once you kill the Treant early, the options they have of dealing with the Sven are much more limited.
And I think that's especially true because they did not have the global last fight for EG.
Exactly.
So the global can't come out to stop the overgrowth from happening. So killing the tree is very important. I totally agree.
Which is difficult for Aster because who tanks the smokes? It can't be your Snapfire. It definitely can't be your cores. It has to be Treant Protector, but he's also vital to your strategy.
Maybe Puck when XWI gets the Yule Scepter.
That would help.
So that way you can Yules after the phase shift when the global comes out and maybe survive.
What do you think of this build, though? Because he went for Blink before he went Yules or BKB against a Silencer.
Yeah, I mean, this is normally what people do against Silencer because you get it at a timing that's early enough that it's like fine, right? But the other heroes of EG are so strong that he has this Batrider to worry about, this Sven to worry about. So it's just a hard game for XWI to play. It would take some foresight and almost like pessimism to go for the Yule's second item.
Oh, they found him the Rocket Flare. That hook shot misses in the trees. Quick TP. We're fine. Oh, wow.
Oh, that was close.
Matthew.
That was close.
He has a third eye. It's under his cap, Jenkins.
Yep. That's what he keeps under there. That's right. Definitely not hair, that's for sure. As Monet desperately trying to farm anything that's available on the map. This is the point where the rest of Aster's cores are relegated to just kind of standing there next to Monet. So it's going to end up being a 1 core versus 3 scenario. That is not a good place to be in when the 1 core that's farming is countered.
Whisper is going to be the one to initiate once again. He's leading. But Valencia has so much leeway. He doesn't want to support
wants XXS.
He does know
He's
what
gonna
he
get
wants.
him.
He is. Oh, the BKB throwing some damage. Whisper's in trouble. Primal Roar, they turn this around. Ghost Ship for a little more damage. There's a lasso with BKB. Whisper not dead yet. And the BKB and XXS is about to end. As they kill Tremendous in the backlines, they're still trying to finish up XXS, but they lack the damage. Those cogs are going to keep him in place for now, as Picaz is just going for the supports. XXS could not go back home because of Matthew.
That was a really nice fight split by EG there. Picaz jumping in the 3 heroes that were to the right.
Whisper's alive.
Yeah, it made it so that Whisper could stay alive because the other heroes of Aster were too distracted by Picaz jumping in, leaving them for 1,000 damage a hit.
And
I'm exaggerating, it's not 1,000 damage, but it is 500. He does a lot of damage.
I mean, committing God Strength and the BKB against a Treant Protector, you're like, what is happening?
It's worth it, it's worth it.
Hook shot! They caught the sniper in the trees. Oh, he's saved. He's saved, and he continues on quacking the enemy. Mortimer's Kiss is slowing down Whisper. Remember, he has no BKB.
Did you just have a Freudian slip where you said ho ho ha ha?
Yes.
That is the strangest Freudian slip I've ever heard.
That's what I think whenever I see Sniper.
Right.
It's perpetually in my head.
Yeah, it makes sense. We all went through that patch. I can understand the trauma. And speaking of trauma, man, Aster, they are feeling it this game. They finally have the Yules on Puck, which means the global is not as much of an issue. They're going to go for a smoke with this.
Okay.
Roche is very low.
It is low. Where's they going with the smoke? They just went into the Roche pit.
Are they going to get this?
But they keep it fast enough. They're just going to smile coming with the Torrent. That's going to get vision. They know the Roche is low, but they can't steal it. Aster got it. Whisper tried to go away with a BKB, but it's a little bit too late. They cut the puck away with a stun. Yule said they're saving him for the last word. Let's have phase shift. He doesn't have time to use it. The puck is down. Monet, next target. He's been slowed. The base is playing, and he's back. Age is down. What are they doing for a second life? What's the plan right now?
The hook on XXS.
They're going to catch Monet, and he has nowhere to retreat. He's fighting back, but he's not capable of killing this Sven. Wailing on everything he sees. Matthew does not catch a tree and protector, but it doesn't matter. They don't need a team wipe. He's but a walking tree, Jenkins.
And they didn't even commit the lasso for that, so he's actually
want-
going to use it.
they
They are
want
going to get
him.
it's going to be a team wipe.
Screw the walking tree. Kill all plants.
Oh, man, and no buybacks. They do get the fortification
Whisper
back from this.
satisfied. He is satisfied.
I mean, good Lord, he's 14-0-4. This is not a hero people succeed with on the off lane. You're not supposed to win lane with Batrider.
Oh my God, they're chanting Whisper's name now.
Okay, Aster, they've got like one more good defense in them where they may just call GG.
Really?
But, I mean, it's lower bracket. You probably don't, but like
you play till the end.
It is feeling really dire for them right now after that fight. A full team wipe in Roche when you have Aegis. That Roche steal is like the best thing that they could have hoped for. Walking in when it's so low that they can take it before EG gets there. And EG had no abilities up, right? Like their global was down. Lasso was on cooldown still until the very end there, which is why he was able to use it on the tree. So it was such a solid timing for Aster. It's pretty much the only thing they could do to come back in the game. Pakaz has a Satanic now, by the way, so killing the tree and protector is not as important. He can easily dispel that overgrowth.
Oh, Whisper, he smells a tree, man. Is he gonna kill him again?
Yep, he smelled the sap all right.
Oh God. And he turned him into syrup.
That's right, maple syrup. Delectable stuff.
Of course, the Canadian says that.
Yep, and they're gonna keep pushing. There's no fortification because that was the tier 2. That was a second tier 2 that they take. So they're just gonna go for mid.
Okay, they're just going for the mid tower.
Yep.
Oh, wait, never mind. They already went for it. It's done.
So there's the tier 3 fortification. We have none left on the side of Aster now.
How long does God's Strength have left? Enough.
Plenty
More
of
than
time.
enough. And they can do the X marks the combo, X marks the spot combo.
There's Lasso with an arcane room.
She doesn't look like a tree, but he's okay with hitting old women too. Anything old and ancient, he's okay with
That's
killing.
right.
Just an ageist, this Whisper.
Yep. That's because he's getting peeped a little bit. Doesn't have BKB or doesn't have Aegis or anything like that. So they save him with the Force Staff, playing it safe. Can you explain to me? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, why does C-Smile? He had the not the Tumbler's toy, the tier 3 neutral item, Ogre Seal Totem. He had that in the backpack. He actually hands it to Whisper.
And he has broom handle.
Keeps the broom handle because that's how much they value Whisper's game. Is that he wants this Ogre Seal.
This could be a good initiation. C-Smile activates BKB in time, global summons. How much can this man tank with a BKB? A fair amount. XSS is desperately trying to hit him, but it's not enough. He needs a sniper. He doesn't have enough items. Right now, Pichu is the one to die, and the Stormhammer catches the puck. The puck is healed by the mech. He has the waiting rift, a little bit more mobility, but they caught the beast. Oh, the sniper, sorry.
He got the sniper.
The third old man of the game.
He has no buyback either.
That beard's way too long. It's time to trim your head away. Monet is down, and Beastmaster will be next. Pakas has no chill. EG, they know, they're feeling it. They're going for the second lane of Rax now. The GG is called. Aster actually gives up in a lower bracket game, allowing EG to advance onto their next series. No more Chinese representation.
No.
I can't believe it.
I think that there are only 3 tournaments where a Chinese team in history, majors, has not gotten top 6. 3 tournaments, obviously barring the ones where there were the COVID complications. So this is a pretty historical thing that has happened, and it's a South American team, the dream team of SA, eliminating China from this tournament, the first major tournament in Peru, in SA. That is insane.
It is insane.
That is a crazy story. And it was such a stomp. It wasn't like they just eliminated them in some barn burner game. It was.
I mean, the second game and the first game were barn
They were
burners.
great, yes, of course. They made them give up.
Yes.
In the lower bracket.
Yes.
That is how devastating.
A team with RTK as coach. That man has endless morale.
Yeah. That is something else. That is something special. And that means we will have a crowd. We'll have a crowd tomorrow. Avo.
There's a crowd.
Oh my goodness.
Hopefully the horn guy, though, was rooting for Aster.
Oh yeah. I think he's been removed from the premises.
I think so too. Thank you. You know, I know people are not going to celebrate. The crowd is going crazy, but let's celebrate Aster as well as we go for the handshake. This team, they fought so well. They were last hope of China. They had creative strategies. They might have dropped from the winner's bracket, from the upper bracket to lower bracket, then immediately out. But I mean, they tried hard and they were strong opponents.
Yeah, I mean, this team has experienced so much mental pressure over the years. Being the team that is known to succeed regionally and then knock LGD out of tournaments and then proceed to not do well, they have proven that that curse has been broken. Even this is a great result for them compared to the years before. So obviously they want to go all the way, especially considering their results recently. But still, this is a team that has gone through so much and gotten so much better. They have nothing. They should still be very proud of themselves that they made it this far.
Yes, I would agree. Yes, the final game might not be the most representative of them, but they gave us great games before, and they gave us great games in the whole tournament.
It's also just a testament to how well EG played.
Exactly.
This team is actually looking like the SA Dream Team. It seems to be the only region that the Giga teams succeed in, where you take all the best players, you throw them on one team, and they're owning. So,
but for these Giga teams, we also have a Giga panel, so we're gonna go back to them to see what they think about this game 3.
Let me just savor these sounds for a little bit longer. Paru. Paru. It is amazing energy right now here in Lima, and well-deserved, because Evil Geniuses, they did ride or die with that Sven, but really, I think Whisper was the hero and the player of that game number 3. As the adoring fans, Panda looks spent, man. They look almost surprised by the situation. They're like, damn, that game was easy. They are reveling in it for sure. But what a performance. Estini, Whisper, 10-0 at like 15 minutes. This was what we were hoping for. We said it at the beginning. I want playmaker Whisper. I don't care if he's doing damage on Beastmaster. I want big kill numbers. I want him solo carrying. And goddamn did he do it that game.
Thank you, Whisper. Thank you for the drafter at EG. Thanks, Vintage, Matthew, that they proved the point that I didn't need to argument why Whisper is not like a good guy to break smokes. He can just win you the game. Give him Batrider or Timber, he's gonna win. It's like this famous joke, like, you play against EG, you don't ban Batrider because you can counter it. And then you lose to it.
And then you lose, but there is no game number 4 that Aster can turn it around. Those sheep, that's it, they're done. But it was a hell of a performance from both teams.
It was, yeah. Maybe not so much on Aster in the third game. I mean, Whisper just dominated so hard. Yes, no, you're right. Aster did put up a good fight. I think we saw like some highs and lows. I think the things we talked about, like Effie, you talked about the mid player having, when he has a rougher game, it becomes quite hard. And I think that's good. It's kind of clear what they have to improve on going into like tour number 2 this year. And we saw the highs as well. I think they've been playing absolutely insane. I've really enjoyed watching Baboka play on his +4. Just in general, stellar team.
Stellar team, but the one that came out on top is Evil Geniuses, and one of the players most responsible for that was Matthew, and we've got Avo standing by for an interview.
Thank you, Tsunami. We're here with Matthew El Gotito. Un aplauso para el grandísimo Matthew, por favor, para el stream en inglés. ¿Cómo se siente jugar en una arena así, Matthew?
No sé, siento que la localidad, la gente me pone los pelos de punta. O sea, mi piel está así como que gallina. Es como que me siento muy emocionado, muy hypeado en realidad. Y creo que lo que más me vacila es que la gente realmente se está portando bien, ¿no? Y es algo muy lindo de ver.
It's an incredible feeling. The hairs are standing up on his skin. It's electrifying, he says, and he just is really happy that people are behaving so well and people are supporting them so much, and he really thinks that. Matthew, vamos a hablar de las partidas. Primera partida, tu Snapfire. Una absoluta locura. Quiero saber, cuando vimos el TV, ¿era la Snapfire el counter del TV o tenías otro plan B?
No, o sea, en realidad fue como que el juego se tornó como... Es que nosotros sabemos que los equipos de China suelen como que tirarse más para el estilo de farmear. Entonces como que vimos que querían hacer eso y sentimos que teníamos mejor late game. Y aparte que el TV no fue BKB, creo que fue BKB de sexto ítem. Entonces fue como que yo simplemente dije, termino mi cetro y podemos matarlos a cada rato. Porque se lo lanzo al TV, a la Marcy o a la DP con BKB y lo mataba. Entonces como que jugamos el Dota de ellos, sabiendo que teníamos una mejor oportunidad en late. Y el TV también creo que cometió un error al no ir BKB, ¿no? Nos facilitó las cosas.
So he says that, again, in that game against TB, they actually thought they had better late the whole time. They didn't really consider a counter to him necessarily. In fact, as the game progressed, they knew that the Chinese teams like to play for farm a little bit more, so they tried to play for a better late game to increase their farm and beat the TB. Once they realized that TB was not going BKB early, Monet specifically wasn't going BKB early, which he thinks was a mistake, they decided to go for Axe because they can throw Marcy or ¿cuál el otro héroe?
DP.
Marcy or DP onto him and he would just die. As a result of that, the Agnes became a really, really important part of the strategy, and he knew the BKB came as a 6th item, which he found was a little bit of a mistake, which is why they could destroy him by playing their own game. En la segunda partida, cuando os dais cuenta de que no tenéis cómo cancelar el Black Hole Enigma, ¿cómo son las comms del equipo cuando os dais cuenta de la importancia de ese héroe?
O sea, fue muy estresante porque ya el análisis previo que tuvimos contra Aster, dijimos que ellos no podían jugar Enigma. Y el primer juego fue como que se lo dejamos, creo que de nervios, creo que no estuvimos mucho al tanto de eso. Y fue como que jugamos el segundo juego contra el Enigma y solamente nuestra mentalidad fue como que, ok, hay que piquear un héroe que le gane la línea al Enigma, que no lo deje sacar nada. Y efectivamente creo que fue estompeado en la línea, pero como te digo, ellos son muy buenos defendiendo su high ground, defendiendo su base. Entonces fue como que el juego se alargó y no teníamos cómo cancelar el Black Hole. Y se volvió un juego muy irritante y creo que al fin y al cabo peleamos mal ya de tanta presión que teníamos y eso fue la gota que derramó el vaso, ¿no? De que no teníamos algo para cancelar el Black Hole, en realidad.
So in the second game, they actually let the Enigma through because in their previous analysis before the game, they thought Aster does not play Enigma. And so when it came through, they kind of slipped up. They realized this, and the Enigma got through. They had to find a solution for it. The solution to them was the Kunkka in the lane. You beat the lane, and lane did go really well for them. The Kunkka absolutely destroyed the Enigma, but Aster's a really good team at defending high ground. They're a really good team at delaying the game. That's exactly what happened. And once the game got delayed enough, the lane didn't matter as much. As a result of that, they realized they didn't have a black hole counter. They didn't have anything to counter the black hole, and they became a really, really frustrating game where it was just all about stopping the Enigma, and they couldn't. But antes de irnos, Matthew, tenemos todo el público aquí. Algo que quieras decir a tus fans ingleses también que están viendo desde casa, a toda esa gente que te apoya, Matthew, en este torneo.
En realidad agradecer